The wind moves through an empty courtyard. Banners hang torn from shattered walls. A child's toy lies in the dust, forgotten. A deep voice rises through the silence. They buried the past, but the past still breathes. The streets are quiet now. Too quiet. The war drums have gone silent, yet fear hides behind every locked door. Once this place was alive, markets full of music, laughter drifting through the air. Now only echoes remain. Stone buildings stand hollow like broken teeth, and every shadow seems to watch. The few who survived speak in whispers. They remember the night the sky burned red, when blades clashed under the moon and families ran through the fire. They remember how quickly the world fell apart, and how fast friends turned into enemies. Even now they keep their voices low, afraid the wind might carry their words to the wrong ears. In the heart of the ruins, the old throne room stands untouched. Ash coats the golden steps, and the once bright banners hang dark with dried blood. No one dares to cross its threshold. They say the ghosts of the fallen still linger there, silent, waiting, listening. Every night the torches burn on their own, though no hand lights them. Every morning the flames are cold, as if nothing ever burned at all. But deep below the stones, something stirs. Something older than kings, older than wars. A heartbeat echoes from the earth, slow and steady, like the first strike of a war drum. It trembles through the floor, through the cracks in the marble, through the bones of anyone who dares walk near. And the whispers have started again. They speak of a name that once ruled these lands, a name buried in silence, erased from books and banished from every tongue. But secrets do not stay buried forever, and in the stillness of this broken kingdom, blood is waking again, calling to its own. The calm is ending. The storm is coming. The silence that once wrapped the kingdom is breaking apart. Quiet voices slip through hidden halls. Pages of old scrolls have been torn from their bindings, and blood-stained maps vanish from locked chambers. Those who swore loyalty now speak behind closed doors, trading whispers like weapons. One by one, the cracks are showing. The generals who once stood shoulder to shoulder now look at each other with narrowed eyes. They speak of betrayal yet dare not say the word aloud. Their hands rest too long on their swords. Their shadows move even when they stand still. Far beyond the ruined city, a lone rider crosses the black hills with a sealed letter pressed to her chest. The parchment carries a crest no one has seen in years. A mark erased from history by fire and fear. She rides without sleep, hunted by silent trackers who appear at the edges of her sight, then vanish like smoke. Her horse trembles, sensing the danger that rides the wind behind her. In the cold stone archives below the citadel, an old historian lights a single candle. His hands shake as he lifts a rusted key from a chain around his neck. He unlocks a forgotten door sealed since the war began. Dust spills into the air like smoke from a dead fire. Inside, on the cracked marble floor, lies a chest carved with the Bloodline symbol. A symbol once painted across every banner in the realm. When he lifts the lid, the candle flame bends. A red glow spills across the walls. Old words etched in silver burn to life. Letters curling like living things. The air thickens, pressing against his chest, and the ground hums as if a giant heart beats below the stone. His eyes fill with terror. He whispers a name, and the sound of it shakes the air. That single whisper will set everything in motion. The secrets are no longer buried. The bloodline has begun to awaken, and the walls of this kingdom are not strong enough to keep the truth inside. The wind howls through the ruins as the first bell tolls. Its echo rolls across the hills like thunder. Every creature stops and listens. Ravens take flight in frantic circles above the burned watchtowers. The sky grows heavy, sinking low over the land like a leaden curtain. Something ancient is coming back, and the world feels it in its bones. At the edge of the broken kingdom, flames roar to life where no torch stands. The ground splits open, scattering shards of black stone. From the blaze steps a figure wrapped in a tattered cloak. Ash slides from their shoulders with every slow step. Chains drag behind them, broken but still warm from the fire. Their face stays hidden beneath the hood. yet their presence crushes the air like the weight of 1,000 storms. Villagers freeze as the figure walks through their shattered streets. The air thickens with heat. Old banners ignite without touch, crumbling into sparks. The mark of the bloodline blazes faint on the figure's chest. The same mark that vanished from every banner when the kingdom fell. Gasps ripple through the crowd like a wave through dry leaves. Some drop to their knees in fear. Others flee, screaming, convinced that death has returned to walk among them. But the figure does not strike. They only look at the ruins with eyes like molten iron. Those who dare stand close swear they hear whispers rising from the earth around their feet. Voices of the long dead chanting the name of the lost heir. The air itself bends toward them like a bow to a crowned head. Then the figure speaks. One word. Quiet, steady, but carrying the weight of centuries. That single word makes every bell in the capital ring at once. Windows shatter, doors burst open. The bloodline has spoken, and the world has heard. The heir once thought dead has returned, and nothing will ever be the same. The first war drum strikes like a hammer. It echoes off the shattered cliffs and rolls across the valley. Then comes another, and another, until the hills themselves seem to shake. Smoke curls up from every watchtower. Blades flash in the firelight as armies gather like thunderclouds on the horizon. In the ruins of the old capital, the lost heir stands at the gates. Their cloak whips in the wind as banners of crimson and black rise behind them. Warriors kneel in silence, row after row, their armor dented yet shining like riverstone in the torchlight. Every heart beats in the same rhythm as the drums. Every eye burns with the same fury. Far to the north, enemy scouts race through forests of twisted ironwood. They carry warnings etched into bone plates. Their hands tremble as they ride, knowing they are already too late. The old blood has called its people home, and they are coming like a flood. The ground shakes beneath the hooves of war steeds. Arrows hiss through the air. Horns scream from the mountain walls. Lightning tears open the night sky. The two banners rise against the storm. One soaked in gold, the other soaked in blood. The wind howls between them as if the world itself must choose. Spears slam into the earth. Shields lock together with a thunderous crack. Warriors lower their heads and let out a single roar that drowns the sky. The storm has broken. The march has begun. And once this war starts, no kingdom will stand untouched. The air tastes of iron and smoke. The ground is trembling like the heartbeat of a dying god. Blood will answer blood, and the world will burn for it. The battlefield falls silent, as if the world itself is holding its breath. Ash drifts through the air like slow gray snow. The last echo of the war drums fades into the hills, leaving only the crackle of dying fires. Where once stood roaring armies, now there is only ruin and shadow. Through the smoke, the lost heir walks alone. Their steps are steady, unbroken by the weight of all that has fallen. Behind them, shattered banners lie buried in the mud, and broken swords glitter like scattered stars. Their eyes burn like molten iron in the fading light, and each step they take makes the earth tremble as if bowing low before its rightful master. High above, the ancient crest of their bloodline glows faint on the blackened clouds. The mark pulses like a living heart, casting a soft red light across the wreckage below. In that glow, faces of the dead seem to flicker and vanish, whispering their names in voices too faint to carry on the wind. The air stops at the gates of the fallen capital and lifts their head. Their voice rolls across the ruins like thunder breaking stone. It is not loud, yet it cuts through the silence like the edge of a blade. The words are few, but they carry the weight of centuries and the promise of what is coming. The screen fades to black. Only the words remain, burning bright and cold against the dark. Blood of my blood. The fires are cold now. The wind moves through the ruins without resistance, carrying the smell of rust and stone. What once roared with fury has gone silent, yet the silence feels heavier than war. The land holds its breath, as if waiting for something worse than battle. Survivors walk the broken streets with hollow eyes. They speak in low voices, careful not to say the heir's name aloud. Some fear it will summon them again. Others whisper that the heir never left, that they walk unseen in the ashes, watching, listening, judging who is worthy to remain. In the deep vaults beneath the Capitol, the old historian kneels before the glowing crest carved in the stone floor. His candle has burned away, yet the red light never fades. He writes with trembling hands, scratching new words into the final scroll. He does not pause to rest. He does not dare to stop. The words spill from him like water from a cracked jar, telling of a power older than crowns and older than kings. Far beyond the city, in a cave carved into black cliffs, something stirs. The air grows heavy and damp. Roots crawl across the walls as if drawn to a hidden heartbeat. Eyes open in the darkness, ancient and endless. They have watched empires rise and fall, and now they are waking again. The war everyone feared may only have been the opening act. This bloodline carries more than royal claim. It carries something older, something deeper, something the world tried to bury in the earth and forget. But the earth remembers. The stones remember. And they are whispering once more. The horizon burns with red light as dawn breaks over the ruins. The old kingdom lies broken beneath it, its towers torn apart and its banners turned to ash. Yet in that silence, a single horn rises from the mist. Its call rolls across the shattered fields like the voice of the earth itself. From the smoke, new banners rise, black cloth edged in crimson, marked with the crest of the lost bloodline. They snap hard in the morning wind, each crack of the fabric like a war drum strike. Soldiers emerge behind them, armor scorched but their eyes steady. They march in perfect rhythm, step after step, as if the world itself beats to their pace. On the highest cliff, the heir stands alone. Their cloak twists in the wind like a banner of living flame. Below them, the new empire gathers from every corner of the broken land. Once scattered tribes now kneel as one. Once sworn enemies lower their blades and press them into the soil in surrender. Every head bows, and every voice joins in a single roar that shakes the sky. The heir lifts their hand. The sound dies at once. Not a bird moves, not a blade hums. The air itself seems to kneel. Their voice rises, calm yet thunderous, declaring the dawn of a new order. The old world has ended. The bloodline has returned to rule, and nothing will stop its rise. The screen fades to black, leaving only the mark of the bloodline glowing like a burning crown. Blood of my blood. Episode 7. The Empire begins.